Hi everybody, welcome back to Animal Crossing Every Day. I am Captain Explody. You're watching Animal Crossing Every Day. You could be watching the news. You could be saying, "Hey, look at all the floods," but no, you said, "I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna watch those floods. They're gonna happen regardless. I don't need to watch the news to find out about that. I'll just find out about it whenever my house is full of water." And I admire that. I gotta say, I gotta admire that. Thank you very much for choosing me over the news. The most popular television show in the world is the news. I don't know if you know that. I looked it up. It's a fact. And you know me, I've never been wrong with facts. So yesterday we got 1 billion Donkey Kongs. Wasn't that amazing? We have 4 Donkey Kongs now. I can't believe it. It's a world record in my head. It's a world record. So we're gonna carry on today, and we're gonna keep on having fun and doing a good time. So thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So we're gonna read some letters first, and then we're gonna get on with the episode. What do we got? Some crap from the HRA. Nobody cares what. We have a special offer in a stunning cubby hole. There's always a wide variety of other items as well. Why not stop by? Cubby hole, you say? Well, that sounds cubbalicious. What does that mean? Don't look into it. Don't try to figure out the meaning of words. It's not gonna work out. So, here we are together at last. We're doing the show. Have you ever played that game, Banjo Kazooie? I know we're playing this game, which is a different game. But I ask you, have you ever played the game Banjo Kazooie? It's a different game. It has different characters in it. One of the characters is called Banjo. He is a bear. And one of the characters is called Kazooie. He is a girl who is also a bird. Now, they specify the bird that Kazooie is. They say that Kazooie is a breagull. Right, she's not just a bird, she's a breagull, right? But Banjo, they never specify what bird he is. First of all, because he's not a bird, he's a bear. But they never specify what bear he is. They say he's just a bear. And I think it's silly that they don't specify which bear he is, but they specify which bird she is. Don't you think that is a silly? I'm glad we're on the same page here. We all agree that she is silly. But I wanted to talk to you about some other Banjo Kazooie stuff. Do you remember the time? Do you remember the time that Banjo Kazooie, they were in a game? I believe it was called Banjo Forzies, where part of it was you had to play jacks on the floor against Mumbo Jumbo. Because he ran out of money, and he started gambling for his money in order to get more money. Because in the first game, he deals in Mumbo tokens, which are skulls. And then he really quickly realizes that there is not a market for Mumbo tokens. What can he do with his tokens? Where can he trade them in? Nowhere. He's screwed over. He screwed himself over, really. He did that to himself. And in the second game, he uses what do they call them? Globos as a currency. But that's not really a currency. That's what he uses to power his mythical soup. No, he doesn't use soup. The girl uses soup. What does he use? I guess just to use his own powers, he needs a Globo. And it's magical, and that allows him to zap Banjo and Kazooie and turn them into nothing, I guess. He doesn't turn them into anything. He walks around, does other stuff. Isn't it interesting? In the first game, he could turn people into stuff. In the second game, the other one can turn people into stuff, and he does other things. So can he still turn people into stuff? These are the mysteries of life. These are the questions. See, I'm asking out here. I'm out here asking the hard questions that people won't ask. You know what I mean? I'm out here. I should be on the radio, being a guy that asks people questions. I should be the one interviewing Liz Truss and asking her about the economy, because I'll ask her, I'm like, do you remember whenever Banjo Kazooie, but Mumbo turned all the people into the animals, but in the second one, the girl turned them into animals. What do you think of that? And Liz Truss is like, I don't know, because she doesn't know. But anyway, we're not talking about her. We're talking about Liz Truss, by the way, at the moment, at the time of recording, is the United Kingdom Prime Minister. But she's not doing a very good job, so possibly by the time it's uploaded, she might not even be Prime Minister. Mitzi, don't say that. Mitzi, be nice. Be cool. Mitzi, I'm going to talk to you again, and you're going to say something better. You're going to say something nice. Say something about how badly Liz Truss is at being a Prime Minister. She's pretty bad, dude. She's pretty bad. Anyway, so there's an episode of Banjo Kazooie where Banjo is like, "Oh, Banjo," right? That's what he sounds like. People think I'm not good at impressions. You're wrong. Every single impression I've done on the show is perfect, right? And this one is no different. Oh, Banjo, right? That's Banjo. Kazooie's harder to do, so right, that's what she sounds like. You know. But Banjo like this. Oh, right. He's easy. So he's like, oh, I'm Banjo. And then because he has to tell everybody who he is a lot. That's his stick. So he's like, I'm eating this big cake. I'm Banjo. And Kazooie's like, wah, stop eating that cake, Banjo. And Banjo's like, oh, but I love cake. Oh. And then Kazooie's like, you're gonna get diabetes. Wait, that's not her voice. Wait, you're gonna get diabetes. And Banjo's like, whoa, joke's on you, Kazooie. I already have diabetes. Oh. And then he falls over. Because that's funny. It's funny when people fall over. And then Kazooie, like, slaps her head with her wing. I was like, oh, not again. Oh, wait, not again. So that's what she sounds like. This is why people stopped making Banjo-Kazooie games. People thought they stopped because they ran out of ideas. It's because the writing got really weird. Turned into a sitcom. Grunty was barely in it. You know, people always slag off Banjo-Kazooie 3 because it was like we're driving a car. But Banjo-Kazooie 4, boy, it got strange. Grunty was like their boss, so it was like a sitcom, right? So Banjo-Kazooie lived in the house, and then, oh, I gotta go to work. Oh no! And he gets a suitcase and he gets on the bus. But before he gets on the bus, like, it starts to rain, and he stands underneath an awning, and then all the water falls on top of him. He's like, oh no! And then Kazooie's like, wait, I got wet as well because you bring me to work for some reason. I don't know why Kazooie never leaves the backpack. Perhaps her legs have withered and died, and she has no legs. But she does have legs because she comes out of the backpack in the second one, so you can see her legs. She runs around with her legs, so you can see her legs. So why doesn't she come out of the backpack? Well, I guess she does come out of the backpack in the second one. Anyway, in the fourth one, the one I'm talking about, she doesn't come out of the backpack. She's always in the backpack. And Banjo-Kazooie goes to his work because he has to make money to pay. He has to pay off what do you call him? Mumbo, right? I told you that Mumbo no longer deals in Mumbo tokens. He needs cold hard cash these days. So Banjo has to go to work, and then him and Mumbo. This is the mini game. Is him and Mumbo like gambling on the side, on the street corner. Sometimes they play jacks. Sometimes they play pennies. Okay. So that's where Mumbo comes in and all this. And then the Banjo gets a bus and he goes to work. And inside, Grunty is running the newspaper. And so she controls the media. And all of the newspapers say, Grunty's really cool. And Banjo just has to work in the reception. He has no other choice. It's the only way he can make money. And Grunty's always like making fun of him. She'll come downstairs and like she'll like tussle his hair and be like, "Oh, oh hang on, wait." She sounds a little bit like Kazooie. Let me sort this out. Wait, I'm Grunty. Kazooie. No, they sound the same. This is tricky. Maybe that was a twist at the end of Banjo Kazooie 4. I never got to the end because you have to go to work for like 100 days. Like, it sucks. You know, I don't want to play. I don't want to go to work and then come home and play a game where I go to work. This sucks. And it did sucks, right? I'm telling you this. Makers of Banjo Kazooie 4, Banjo goes to work in the office. That sucked. I don't care, right? It was not fun. I didn't enjoy it. Why did they get rid of the adventuring? You know, because in the car driving one, nobody liked the car driving one. So Rare were like, right, they don't like the car driving one. We need to do something else. I know Banjo goes to work in an office. And you're like, no, that's what we wanted was more just adventures. Like Banjo 1 and 2 were great. Let's have more of that. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't want Banjo in the office, and then he goes home and he's all wet because he forgot his umbrella. Like Kazooie's all nice and dry because she's inside her house, which is the backpack. Even though she got wet earlier, whenever the water fell on Banjo, but that was just for comedic effect, really. Right? How'd you get up here? It's me. What's up? There's a giraffe chick that comes here now and then. Grape juice. Okay. He can't win that game. So so didn't you think that Banjo Kazooie 4 not a good idea? I thought it was pretty ridiculous. You know, I thought it was a bad move. So Rare, if you're listening, please make Banjo Kazooie 5, but make it like an actual like a platform game, please. I think everybody would like that. Don't make another office game. We didn't like it. Alright. Anyway. I think that'll do for today. I've said all I have to say about Banjo Kazooie 4. Well, we're all familiar. We all know. We're all familiar with Banjo Kazooie 4. We all know it. We've all played it. It's incredibly popular despite it being terrible. It's one of those things where, like, the name value got it over, but it's really not a good game. Anyway, I'll be back again tomorrow to talk about some more stuff. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. So goodbye, and I like you. Maybe even love you.